Brown's Pro Bowler bids farewell to Cleveland. Tuesday night, he bid farewell to the city with a heartfelt message on social media. Grandson of the inventor of Reese's peanut butter cups accuses Hershey of cutting corners. I wish things were different, and this is hard to put into words. When Buffalo traded me to Cleveland 7 years ago, I never could have imagined how much the city would mean to me. Ultimately, the Browns took a chance on me that changed the trajectory of my life forever. To the most loyal fans in the NFL, I hope y'all know that you have made a mark on my family's life forever. I proposed to Carly on the 50-yard line at the stadium, bought our first home here, and proudly welcomed both of our babies to the world in Cleveland. I've made friendships and connections on and off the field that will last far beyond the game of football. Our family is so blessed and grateful for everyone in Northeast Ohio who has supported and loved us these past 7 years. While we are excited and look forward to what the future holds, Cleveland will always have a special place in our hearts. As always, go Browns. With love and pancakes, Wyatt Teller number 77. Teller was originally acquired by the Browns in a 2021 trade with the Bills in exchange for a 5th and 6th round draft pick. The 31-year-old Teller played in 109 games with Cleveland and was named to 3 Pro Bowls during his 7 seasons with the Browns. On a quiet Tuesday night, beneath the familiar glow of the lakefront skyline in Cleveland, a chapter of football and family came to a close. With a few heartfelt paragraphs and a signature sign-off, with love and pancakes, Wyatt Teller said goodbye. For 7 seasons, the number 77 jersey anchored the offensive line of the Cleveland Browns. But long before he became a 3-time Pro Bowler, before the pancake blocks and roaring crowds, he was simply a player searching for a place to belong. That place turned out to be Cleveland, a trade that changed everything. When Teller arrived from the Buffalo Bills in 2019, few could have predicted what would follow. The Browns saw potential where others saw depth. They took a chance, and that chance altered the trajectory of his life. In his farewell message, Teller admitted he never could have imagined how much the city would mean. It wasn't just about football. It was about roots. Cleveland is a blue-collar city that respects grit. It embraces those who work, who grind, who refuse to be moved backward. Teller fit that identity like a glove, or perhaps more fittingly, like a lineman's taped hands gripping shoulder pads at the line of scrimmage. Over 109 games, he became one of the league's premier guards, earning 3 Pro Bowl selections and helping redefine the Browns' offensive identity. But statistics don't measure impact. Community does. More than a stadium. The 50-yard line at Huntington Bank Field wasn't just turf to Teller. It became sacred ground. That's where he proposed to Carly, beneath stadium lights that had so often illuminated bruising battles in the trenches. In that moment, the roar of the crowd was replaced by something quieter and more enduring, a promise. Cleveland became home in ways far deeper than football contracts. The Tellers bought their first house here. They welcomed both of their children here. The city was no longer just where he played, it was where life unfolded. For athletes, cities can blur together, hotel rooms, practice facilities, airports. But every so often, a place plants itself firmly in the heart. For Teller, Northeast Ohio became that place. The meaning of pancakes. Offensive linemen rarely receive the spotlight. Quarterbacks throw touchdowns. Receivers dance in end zones. But guards like Teller specialize in something more primal: pancakes. In football slang, a pancake block is when a lineman flattens a defender onto his back. It's domination distilled into a single moment. It's strength, leverage, willpower. Teller embraced that identity so fully that pancakes became part of his brand, a lighthearted nod to the gritty work he did snap after snap. It was playful, but it also symbolized who he was: relentless, powerful, joyful in the trenches. So when he ended his farewell with love and pancakes, it wasn't just clever. It was personal. It was a reminder that the work was hard, but the heart behind it was soft. The bond with the fans. Cleveland fans are often described as the most loyal in the NFL, faithful through snowstorms, heartbreak, and rebuilding years. Teller felt that loyalty firsthand. He thanked them not as a formality, but as someone who understood what their support meant. "You have made a mark on my family's life forever," he wrote. In a league defined by movement, trades, free agency, shifting rosters, relationships can feel temporary. Yet Teller's message carried permanence. Friendships built in locker rooms. Connections formed in grocery store aisles. Handshakes after youth football camps. Smiles exchanged at community events. For 7 years, the city embraced number 77 not just as a player, but as a neighbor. A farewell, not a forgetting. Change is the only constant in professional sports. Rosters evolve. Contracts expire. The business moves forward. At 31, Teller now looks toward the next chapter, one filled with possibility and uncertainty. But Cleveland remains stitched into a story. The trade that once felt like relocation became transformation. The city that once was unfamiliar became foundational. The team that once took a chance became family. In sports, we often measure greatness by rings, records, and accolades. But sometimes greatness is measured in something quieter, in gratitude expressed openly, in love returned sincerely. Teller didn't just leave Cleveland with Pro Bowl honors. He left with memories of a proposal on the 50-yard line, with children born under Ohio skies, with friendships forged in mud and snow, the echo that remains. As the offseason settles in and the Browns prepare for their next era, number 77's locker will eventually belong to someone else. Another player will step into the huddle. Another guard will attempt to carve open running lanes. But echoes remain.